Hello, how's everybody doing today? Welcome back to my space. My name is Lana. This is Tarot, Oracle, and Runes. I haven't been doing the runes too much here lately because I've been doing some extra studying on some different subjects that I was interested in. But I'm going to be diving into them really soon with my readings to give y'all some extra information. Today I was just wondering, where are you empowering yourself? Where are you becoming more resilient, and self-reliant? Okay? For those that are torchbearers that are being called to step up, speak out, show the way, forge a path. There are times when you have to empower yourself, become resilient to changes that are happening, especially right now with Pluto and Aquarius. A lot of different kinds of changings are going on. So I just wondered, what are people doing to empower themselves and becoming more knowledgeable? Where are they? Where are you? Building up your skills, your internal wisdom. How are you becoming more dependent on and self-reliant on yourself with your knowledge, your wisdom, things you've gone through? Okay, so our intention today is the strengths, your strengths, and that's empowering yourself, becoming more resilient and self-reliant on things that you have learned. 44 is a master builder number. Okay, so that was what I wanted to focus on today because I did that. What is your next level of courage? So, and of course, we're always growing, we're always changing. So, if you are stepping into your courage and figuring out what that is, then you're empowering yourself. You are becoming more self-resilient, where you're getting more of an observer mindset sometimes, where you can observe things that are going on and not be emotionally involved, where you can figure out, what's the lesson here? How am I going to take this situation, learn from it, gain my wisdom, and shine that wisdom out in the light, okay, out into the world. So those are all things that, if you're meant to be a spiritual leader or some kind of guide or path forger, then those are things that, as you learn them, add to your repertoire. You add them to your skill set. So where are you doing that at? Okay. One of the things is sometimes when we're learning things or we're going through something painful or something new is presented to us, we even sometimes meet people that dim themselves to fit in. You know how sometimes you meet people and they're like, everything's wonderful and great as long as, I outshine you. Okay, so are you dimming your light in any sort of way if you're around people that are more outspoken than you are, because that's a skill you're still trying to learn? And so therefore, they may say something and it's wrong, but it's like your boss or someone like that, and you're like, well, that's wrong. I know that's wrong because I've experienced it. Okay, sometimes you have to have the courage to step up and say, I know a little bit about that, and speak your truth. Okay, we've been talking a little bit about that on the channel lately. So is there any way that you are dimming yourself to fit in? Okay, learning how to show your unique light to the world is the way that you show your uniqueness, how you are a light in the darkness. Okay, so if you are dimming in any sort of way around certain people, maybe it's time those people left your life. Okay, because every one of us has a sole reason and purpose for being here. Okay, and some people are meant to forge new paths, meant to go forth with their wisdom, with the things they learn, to shine a light and help other people join them. Okay, so with the High Priestess card, there might be some things you can do that the High Priestess in you is coming out. Your unique light can help other people vibrate to the same level as you. Okay, you see she's got this where she's come through this, maybe she's made this decision recently, you've got this new energy coming in that is empowering you in some sort of way, where you quit dimming your light and you spoke up and you learned something, and all of a sudden a light goes off and you're like, well, wait a minute, I feel a little different now. So what's going on with me now? So you're checking out this energy and you're realizing you have empowered yourself in some sort of way. Okay. So maybe some of your abilities are starting to energetically change, and Some of you are going to realize that you have the capability of being a strong and resistant leader, self-reliant, empowered teacher. That you might even meet people that are asking the same questions as you, that when y'all get together and talk together, you realize that you all have different things you've come through, and you might realize that there's other people around you that also have those teacher abilities. But what are you figuring out that maybe you're meant to speak up about? Maybe there's something in your life that you've recently come across, or a situation with a new friend, or even someone else that you meet, that you realize your story of something that happened with you is going to help them connect the dots. So what are you being called to step up and talk about in your life that's going to help somebody else figure it out too, or even get a different perspective of themselves? Something within you is coming to the forefront, okay? Some little light that's starting to shine, that is bringing out your teacher qualities, okay? And this is going to self-empower you, raise up your self-confidence, and let you realize, show you by that happening, that you are meant to be a leader, okay? That you have knowledge that people might want or need to hear about. So talking about some of your experiences is going to bring out this high priestess energy in you, or high priest, depending on if you're male or female. Everybody has their own unique light. Even twins, triplets, don't have the same, they're all slightly different, okay? How are you being called to step up and empower yourself to help somebody else? So if you're finding this, like, see how she's got, like, her chakras are lighting up? To me, it's shining up in her hands. There's light shining up next to her. It's talking about being balanced, healer abilities, and going forth into the future to share your knowledge, becoming that teacher, that high priest, that healer, seer, whatever it is, okay? So what lights you up? Okay, I know there's starseeds out there, and starseeds have a double mission. You might be one of these. A way of you expanding your self-reliance, your empowering yourself, is realizing that you're meant to rise in your own conscious mind. At the same time, also bring conscious awareness to other things. Not everybody understands vibrational energies, or understands how different situations can play out in a totally different way. Whatever it is that is your unique ability, everything's lining up for you to become this starseed energy, or this teacher, or leader, healer, seer, going into the future. A torchbearer that has starseed energy, who is embracing the changes that are going on, figuring out how you are meant to shine your light, realizing that you've got maybe more than one mission even, okay? So when you start going through this and these vibrational changes start happening on a soul level, and on a consciousness level, in an energetic way, you are becoming unbound. Realizing that you're letting go of old patterns, contracts with people that are from past lives, that are leaving your life. You're going to notice that there are all these changes coming on as you are stepping into this torchbearer role. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives of the things that no longer are going to resonate or vibe with who you're meant to become. You're starting to release these, and you're starting to see it play out in your everyday world. How is that impacting you? How is that, these vibrational changes, how are they making you, or helping you to see your mission? Okay? How are you seeing that the energy's changing, and you're even starting to feel different? You're starting to understand things. Maybe you're expanding your knowledge in some sort of way, but you're letting go of these past energies that no longer serve you. And when you do, your vibration changes. When your vibration changes, these people start leaving your life. You are headed towards the light, and you are starting to forge that path. And this is the stuff that's going away, that is no longer serving you. It's no longer affecting you. You're making decisions every day that you're starting to see how it's all working out and playing out. You might even be sitting back in your meditations and doing meditation, and then a thought comes to you, and then you stop and you look like, and you go, well, gee, where was I at 2 years ago at this time? Well, 2 years ago I was here. look where I'm at now. Um, well, things physically haven't changed too much, but, well, wait a minute, this changed and that changed. These people are no longer part of my life, and they were really big in my life at one time. Or this job or this career was real big in my life. Now, I feel like I'm being called to go somewhere else. So all those things are dropping off because your vibrations are rising. All right? So that's a lot of change going on. Realizing that who you are now is not who you were. Guys, I'll be honest with you. This is part of my high priestess here, okay? There was a time when I was very shy. I was very hyperactive because I'm ADHD, and I learned really quickly that I had to dim to fit in because people couldn't handle me talking a lot. They couldn't handle me running around. Mind you, I was like, a kid. But I learned when I started hitting school and so many people didn't want to be around me because I was the rare bird. Now there's a lot of kids with ADHD more so, or have been identified as, but people couldn't handle being around me. Even some adults. I even had an adult on my street where I grew up that was really mean to me one day. He actually grabbed me by the arm and by the neck and made me leave his yard. I was like 6 years, no, maybe about 7. Okay. So as I grew up, I dimmed my light a lot and things that I believed and felt because people treated me differently. Well, when you become an adult, you either change and you learn and you go into the flow and you become who you're going to be, or you become disgruntled, unhappy, whatever. Me, I'm shining my light. I am speaking out. I am being me to the best of my ability. And I have seen in my 61 years from where I started to where I am now. Guys, at the core, maybe I'm still the same, but there's so many things that have changed. I'm outspoken. I've been known to tell somebody, you know what, I don't agree with what you're saying, even though my knees were knocking. So take fear out of the equation and see how you are now compared to how you were then and where you might need to speak up and speak your truth. Okay? Also realize that it's time to celebrate that. If you realize you've just come through this and you're empowering yourself, you're more self-reliant, you are resilient, take time to enjoy that. Now, I don't mean go run out and have a drink. She's sitting in this thing here. But see how this light coming in? And she's realizing I'm not who I used to be. Okay? So take time to play and celebrate all these challenges that you've overcome, how you've grown, how you've energetically shifted, how you see more of what you feel like you're meant to do. Okay? And it doesn't matter if there's, 1,000 people, 2,000 people doing the same thing. You're not going to teach it, talk about it, do it in the same way they are. Okay? That's been a hard lesson for me to learn with my channel because there are some people I like to listen to. I've made friends on the internet. I've made some friends that are YouTubers, and everybody does their thing differently. So even if you go look at 3 tarot cards in a row and they talk about similar energies, they all present it differently because they're presenting it from their heart. All right? So celebrate that and enjoy that when you see these changes because you are meant to shine your light in the world. All right? So you might also discover that there are some new things you need to learn, okay? You might take it upon yourself. See, she's got this book here. If you figure out or you find something that you're interested in, that you feel like you're being called, immerse yourself in it. Training, learning, new hobbies, passions. Guys, tarot's been a passion of mine. Runes have been a really big passion. I still love helping animals. I still love helping people. I still shine my light in lots of ways. And the more immersed I become in something I'm passionate about, and the more knowledgeable, the more that is my self-empowering. What are you doing to immerse yourself in that is empowering you? Where are you stepping up to the next level of becoming more resilient, of becoming self-reliant, of becoming empowering and taking your message out to whoever needs to hear it? Okay? This is an important thing. This energy shifting and changing is swirling around you. Whatever it is that you are feeling heartfelt about, that's where Spirit is guiding you to shine your light, okay? Even if it's something else that somebody else does. You might find how can I say it? You might find something that you're interested in that when you go to study it, you find some little part of it that isn't like that either other people that are doing it or talking about it or shining their light that interests you that not too many other people are talking about, or you see it from a different perspective. Even your perspectives are changing because you're integrating new energies, going with the times, and things are changing. So what are you immersing yourself in? Okay, this is going to help with your self-empowerment, becoming resilient, to also changing your wisdom of lessons learned and things that you are studying or getting interested in that will grow and shape you and bring out that high priestess energy. The waterfall, inner power, unbridled confidence, claiming your place. Even if you were talking about something that everybody else is talking about, you're going to teach it, show it in a different way. This is where you are starting to even shine your light more. You are embracing it. You're empowering yourself to stand up, speak about it, talk about it, learn more about it. And this helps with your inner power, that self-empowerment. This is where you are stepping up and being who you're meant to be, shining your light as bright as you can. All right. So this, I think, is just really important, that for those of you that are feeling these energetic changes and realizing things, you're going to go through a metamorphosis. You're going to go through an energetic change. Okay. So, but embrace that. Things are not going to be the same. As you learn, grow, and transform into starting to learn leadership abilities or teacher abilities, healer abilities, whatever it is, this is going to change you on every level of you from the ground up. Your chakras, your physical body is energetically going to change. Your chakras might start opening up. Your higher chakras, and at one point, guys, I'm going to do something with the chakras, because they keep giving me little nudges about those. But those are where the metamorphosis comes in, where all this energy changes. You start seeing things and reacting and doing things in a new way. And if you get scared, don't let that stop you, because then you're in unknown territory. All right. This is talking about underworld, depth, courage, facing your fears. If you're scared to speak in front of people, maybe you should take a course for that. Okay, I know there's Skillshare is a online training course. I used to hear the Gym Goddess talk about it a lot. They have all kinds of different courses, metaphysical courses and business courses. They've got a hodgepodge of things, from what I understand. And maybe there are some courses you can take online that you can do in the privacy of your own home to overcome fear of speaking, if that's something you want to do, but yet you feel like your knees are going to knock too much. Anything that you feel like you're being called to do that is going to help that facing the fear, having the courage to step up, face that unknown. Don't let that stop you. Your growth, becoming any kind of a leader or a healer or anything you want to do where you're shining your light, takes courage. So jump into the unknown. This is like a leap of faith. Take that leap of faith and jump into whatever it is, and let that empower you, not make you more fearful. Fearless is just that. Fearless. Take that leap of faith. Take that jump into wherever it is that you feel like you're being called to. All right? Because you're going to notice how much you change. And guys, I can't say it enough. Make sure you meditate every day. Okay? I was just coaching a friend this morning. I've started coaching people around here where I live. Because she's, I've talked about her before. I'm not going to say no names. I even told her I talked about her on my YouTube channel. She laughed at me. And then I have another one I'm helping, and she's been looking at the channel. But guys, look, sometimes you have to strengthen your boundaries in being able to stand up to people, to not let them push you around or anything. So, and this is a really nice lady. She just has issues with her boundaries. It's hard for her to say no. So I've been coaching her. She's actually doing better. There's a little story with that, but I'm not obligated to share because I haven't asked her permission. But fearless. Stand up for yourself. Whatever it is you want to learn to empower yourself with, or however you feel those energetic, because I'm really getting this sense of an energetic shift, leveling up. And what they're telling me about is they're saying that when you go through these changes, or when you start doing these things of taking this leap of faith, don't let the fear stop you. Be courageous. Take that leap of faith and know that you're doing what Spirit's calling you to do. And at the end of that, we've got the rainbow. Sweet relief, new beginnings, a new way forward. You're going to figure something out, all right, that's going to energetically change, even changing your perspective of yourself. I just did a reading the other day about the spirit guide came through and said, I want you to put this out there because somebody that gets a pet, I think it's a dog, gets his pet, he or she changes the way they view things. So on an energetic level, this is where you are getting that self-empowerment, where you're becoming self-resilient, okay? And you have a guide here. There's a guide that's helping you. I feel like this is a guide right here. And they are energetically helping you and guiding you on this journey. They're wanting you to know that, yes, you can do this. Yes, you're going to face this fear. Yes, you're going to be courageous. Yes, you're going to step forward and you're going to start shining your light. And in the near future, you're going to realize that you have energetically changed. You're going to go back and look and say, oh, wow, 2 years ago, I couldn't have done this. Or a year ago, I couldn't have done this. But now look at me. I'm talking to people. I'm taking classes. I know so much more than I did before. I'm meeting people that have had similar experiences that are kind of going through the same thing. You know, Dolores, I started to say Dolores Claiborne. I think that's her name. Or was that the movie? Anyway, Dolores Cannon, I'm sorry. Dolores Claiborne was a movie. Dolores Cannon talks about the 3 waves of volunteers. I know she's passed on now, but her messages still resonate, okay? There are waves of us torchbearers and us, those that will become ancestors one day that are on these different levels within the collective. All of us are learning things to shine our light for those of us that are meant to be spiritual leaders, healers, seers, mystics, guides. It takes every one of us to make that wave. So if this message is resonating for you, you are one of those. Okay? So however you're being asked to go forward, immerse yourself in it. Be courageous. Increase your self-empowered inside, your inner power, your resistance, your self-reliance, knowing that you can do this. You don't need no one to hold your hand. You don't need to ask no one for permission. You are responsible for your own actions once you're an adult. If you're being called to lead, how can you further your self-empowerment of yourself? How can you become more resilient? How can you become more self-reliant? Okay? You are meant to energetically change, grow, and use your higher conscious mind or your higher consciousness to go forth into the world. A lot of activation going on this month. And that activation is also causing towers throughout the energetically across the planet. So if you are feeling some of that, rest assured that it is happening to you for a reason. Okay? It's not happening to you. It's happening for you because you are one of those individuals that is meant to use this inner strength and be a master builder of your life to help other people go forth as well. Okay? So I'm going to pull some message of cosmic oracle cards for y'all. Guys, just know, I'm 61 years old, and I've been doing things with my tarot cards, my runes. I used to teach classes. I had a group of 6 students that came around on a regular basis that had access to my library, which I no longer have. And I taught them all about herbs and powders. We talked about different things to empower yourself with. And this is just another way that Spirit has called me to help other people figure out where they're going. Okay, so I'm shining my light as bright as I can, and I'm doing everything within my power to... and when I go through these energetic shifts, I also see things differently too. My perspective of myself keeps changing. We got 2323 on the clock, guys. That's a double angel number. Let me just pull a couple of these for y'all. I don't want to keep you here all day. I hope this is your message. If not, or you could be anywhere on this path. All right. Some of you are going to be here. Some of you are already going to be here at the rainbow card. Okay. So let me, I'm going to pull just a couple of these cosmic, and guys, I'm getting ready later on today. I'm going to order like 4 or 5 new decks. I know I haven't gotten too much into my beloved dead deck. I'm going to start using it for ancestor messages. I've been studying, I actually went with some information about ancestors because I get messages from them, but I was like, well, what kind of research can I do? Guys, there is no research. It's all about when they come forth and talk. If you have some, if y'all have some ancestors that have been talking to you, you might even be getting messages from your spirit guides. In different ways, you might be seeing signs and synchronicities. You might be actually one of those people that, as an empath, that picks up on those energies easier than other people about the shifts on the planet. Okay? However it comes to you, everybody's abilities are unique, even if they're similar. Because, honestly, guys, I pick up Sometimes when my spirit guides are talking to me, sometimes they actually will give me a picture or a memory and say, talk about this. Or my ears will ring. Or I'll be in the middle of a reading and another spirit guide will step up and say, oh, say this. And it just comes out. Okay. So I'm channeling while I'm doing. I do feel like that for some of you, stepping into the unknown might be a toughie for you. Having people leave your life might also be scary, or things changing, but it's all for the betterment of you. So take it how it comes, fear less, be courageous, and empower yourself. Give your inner critique a vacation day. Be kind to yourself. Realize that the changes that are happening are meant to happen. They're happening for you, not to you. And step forward and embrace that, because it is happening for a reason. Take responsibility for your choices. This is your life to live. Own it. Don't let somebody tell you you can't do it. Don't let somebody, don't let somebody steer your choice when you want to do something different. Whatever choice you do make, take responsibility for it. This is what I did. This is what I want to do. And if you can't support me, oh well, bye. This is what I'm going to do. So take responsibility for that. If someone leaves your life because you made a choice and they didn't like it, okay, maybe that's the change you need to embrace. Let them go. Mel Robbins talks about the let them theory. Let them. Okay? Let them go. Someone who's in need of your love, offer it to them. If there is somebody around you who you see is going through a hard time, or they need you might be called to step up and talk to a friend or somebody that you just met that you can see is having a hard time. And there might be something or something you've experienced that when you start talking to them and they talk about it, you say, well, this is what I went through. And all of a sudden you make them feel better. It could be somebody you don't even know. Okay, somebody you meet in the grocery store, somebody in the line, maybe somebody standing on the side of the road holding a card saying, hey, just really need money to feed my kids. And you stop, you start talking to them. They tell you what they're going through. They just recently got a divorce or something like that. I think this is a message for someone. You step forth, you talk to them, you share your experience, and you make somebody feel a lot better. Okay, that's a message for somebody, guys. I asked the spirit guides who had a special message to get out. Somebody needs you to let them know that they're worthy, and that somebody needs your vote of confidence today, they're saying. Guys, I'm going to cry. I'm sorry. Here lately, it's been like that. I get some of these messages, and I get this picture in my mind's eye of somebody, and I'm like, I don't know them. That's my psychic mediumship abilities coming up. I'm seeing a lady sitting on a curb. She doesn't have her kids with her, but she's really upset, and she needs you to stop. If you see a lady on the curb who's holding up a sign that needs money to feed her kids, somebody she's in her early 30s, I think, stop and help. She needs you. She needs to hear your experience. She needs to know she's not alone. Wow. Ooh, guys, my heart chakra is just like, opening up here. Hang on. Oh. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Somebody's spirit guide somebody's going to see this lady. Thank you. She needs you to talk to her. She needs the money, but she needs you to talk to her more. Share your experience. Okay, let's move on. Last one. Never forget how resilient you are. You'll always bounce back. Share your resilience with this lady. She needs it. Never forget how resilient. That's this whole message, guys. You're always going to bounce back. Okay? So I'm going to leave it there. I hope this resonated with some of you. Things are energetically changing. And until next time, speak from the heart. Empower yourself. Be resilient. And just remember, you will always bounce back. Lighthouse.